Hello and welcome back to Elite Dangerous. Well, the Gamma released. When did the Gamma release? About 5 days ago. Now, what the Gamma is, it means that it's more or less feature complete. This is now the version of the game they are going to release on the 16th of December, which means all the ships are in, all the trading modules, enhancements, different factions. So as well as the, there you can see the sort of the larger governments, Federation, Empire, Alliance. We have system factions. So these are all factions within the system I'm currently in. And you can earn reputation with them and help them out and all sorts of stuff. Just looking at my statistics, as you can see, I have been playing. I started off with 100 credits and a starting Sidewinder and a free Eagle because I backed the beta. The first thing I did was I went and got that Eagle and I sold it. I sold it because it was worth 42,000 credits, which meant I could upgrade my Sidewinder. Eagles are great for combat missions, but they have a very short-range jump, meaning you sort of get stuck to the local systems. Often you'll find that, with an Eagle, there's only 4 or 5 systems you can actually visit. Let me actually turn off head look for a moment because I don't need it when I'm in here, and I'll just do that. There we go. So I started with 42,000. I've got 145,000 total current assets at the moment. So you can see I'm currently in a hauler. A hauler is slower than a Sidewinder, and it can only have one gun, but it has better shields, better jump range, and lots more cargo. I've upgraded the cargo on this thing a bit, and so far, and currently can carry 18 tons. As compared to the Sidewinder's 4. So you can see that spent on outfitting. I've upgraded the ship quite a bit, and it even tracks stuff on repairs and so on. I have gotten into the odd fight when I was still in a Sidewinder, and I managed to fight them off. I blew one of them up. You see, bounties claimed 1. So this is good. So it sort of tracks all your stuff differently. I did get a fine. Now that happened because I took a cargo delivery mission before checking whether I could get to the system, and it turned out I couldn't. So I abandoned the mission. I didn't realise that when you abandon a mission, the goods they've given you stay in your cargo and count as stolen. So then I took off, got scanned, and got fined for having stolen goods, I think. I have smuggled, but not much, as you can see. Black market smuggling. I think that was just me selling the stolen goods. The ones I accidentally got. Trading network, though. Market network, trading profit. So I think that's pure trading, actually. Just me off my own bat, buying cargo, transporting it and selling it. I've not done much of that. I haven't done, and I haven't really done any mining. Now, exploration. When I was in the Sidewinder, I was doing quite a bit of exploration earlier on. And once I can upgrade to a better ship, maybe a Cobra, we will get back to exploration, because you can make quite a bit of money on that. I was only doing very basic scans. And from like a single system and maybe 10 minutes work, I was getting 6 grand. So that's my statistics of what I've been doing so far. You can see my current bank balance is 60,000. Permits. Now this is just stuff that's automatically there. I have permission to enter the Sol system. That's the solar system. That's where you are right now. And the Founders World permit. I don't know what the Founders World is. I think that's where the really high tier Kickstarter backers started off. And that's back to the reputation. So, I have found out how to really make money on this. Let's go to Starport Services and I'll show you what I mean. So, bulletin boards. They've improved the symbols a bit. Now, a picture of a cargo with an arrow. This is basically someone saying, I've got 4 tons of scrap, please bring it here. Now, to start off with, those are very good missions to do, because there is no outlay of your own money. Just make sure you check you can get there once the cargo's loaded, because that's the thing is, more cargo you're carrying, the less far your ship can jump. So you want to make sure of that before you accept. Otherwise, you get this fine here and end up with stolen goods in your cargo. Obviously, this one is some form of blow stuff up. Yep, this is a specific target. Targeted kill contract on rack. So I've not done any of those. Those really pay. Now, I was ignoring these. Now, these are the ones where basically they're saying, we want this cargo, but we don't have any of it. So they're saying we need grain. We want 5 tons of grain, and we're willing to pay 4,000 for it. And at first I was ignoring them, because, you know, you got to go find it. That's difficult, awkward. How would you do that? But then I realised a few things. One, they pay well above the market rate. The ones I checked were paying 3 times the actual market value of the goods. So, like, this is 5 grain for 4,000. So if I go to the commodities market, find grain, and check the galactic average, see 5 of that, 5 times 250 would be about 1250. And so they're offering 4 grand. So again, it's about 3 times the market value. That one. The other thing is it has a really high time limit and no penalty for failure. None whatsoever. So I can just accept that. There you go. Doesn't matter. Now, I'm not going to do this one because 3 grand profit, not worth it. Not at the stage I'm at. But for, you know, for a starting person in a Sidewinder, that's good profit. So, what would you do then? Well, you can go to the commodities market and you're looking for grain. Now, obviously this place doesn't have any grain, but everywhere your ship visits, it remembers for 24 hours the trade data. So here we can see grain exported to. Now that means that this place, FK5 to 2550, does not have grain because it's, you know, it's getting it. So I can try Nimmer. That's also exported to. There we go, imported from grain. So LP25427 imports grain. Imported from. So that means it has grain that it is exporting. That is the way that is worded. Oh look, and I've just noticed there's a summary right here. Has that always been there? Yes, if your ship knows where stuff comes from, you can just point there, and there it is. So grain is being imported from these places and exported to those places. So you can go to any of these systems and there will be grain there. And then you just pick it up. And of course, when you're at those systems, you just accept all of these missions. Any of those type missions you see, you just accept them. They end up on your transaction list. It's like here, minor comforts. Now this was a test actually. When I went to bed last night, that had 8 hours left on it. Oh no, that's the one I just took. Industrial acquisitions had 8 hours left on it when I went to bed last night, and it has gone to 0. So that's the other thing: is don't take a mission with a fine unless you're going to complete it in that play session. So this would have been 10 grand. So assuming it's 3 times the price, it would have been about 7,500 credit profit. But doesn't matter. I can just abandon it. Obtain Colton delivery. You have failed to complete its contract. Discard. Don't care. It's not going to adversely affect me at all. So that isn't a very good one. So I am just going to abandon it. I just accepted it as an example. Abandon. Discard. But that's the way to do it. And you can make a lot of money. Now, you know, obviously at the moment this one isn't very good. Okay, hang on. Okay, the available missions have changed. So we've got 11 grand for carrying some cargo. But I think it's best to look at these ones first. So this is 23 grand for 7 robotics. So I'm going to accept that. So now I can go to the commodities market. And now I will take a look at robotics. If I can find them. I never really know which. Now the one thing is sometimes it just isn't on there at all. If you aren't carrying it and they don't have any of it, it doesn't list it. But you can usually... So I wanted to look up the trade data. But, you know, there'll be robotics somewhere. I mean, basically, I'm looking for a manufacturing facility. A manufacturing economy. So maybe somewhere which is making these machineries would also make that. Or it could be technology, couldn't it? Now, the only place I've come across that does technology is Brangle. Anyway, that's just a quick check. I mean, I don't really want to just fly to a system that has robotics. That isn't how this works. What I do now is I look at other missions. Which of these is going to pay the most? There we go. So they want 11 tons to Hersfield Landing. Now, if I go free look mode, with that window open, I can go over to the galactic map and check stuff. So first, is Hersfield Landing in range? What's the name of the system? GCRV 4654. There it is. So lock that destination, then go to the galactic map. So that's where I am. That's my current target. Go to navigation, set this to the 11 tons they want me to carry. I wish that was a little less fiddly. There we go. And that's a jump I can make in one go, because it's still showing nice and yellow. So now I will go into the system view. Okay, Hersfield Landing is the only thing that's there. They're an extraction and a refinery, so they're not going to have robotics. But that doesn't matter. I know, I'm being paid to go there. And once I'm there, I can check. And if they happen to have robotics, I buy some and come back. If they don't, I take another courier mission. And so, as you're playing, you just build up. So, let's accept that. As you're playing, you just build up a list of these good, of these long-term goods wanted missions. So whenever you get the opportunity to fulfill one, you take it. I mean, and that's how you can make some real cash nice and quick. So, anything else I need to do here while I'm here? Make sure I've refueled. I always check outfitting. Now, I can't really afford a beam gun. See, the pulse laser is a bit weak, and I'm thinking about, do I upgrade to something like a cannon? Which does a bit more a lot of damage, but it's kinetic, and it has ammo. Ooh, a railgun. Hypervelocity projectile weapon on a fixed mount. That would do so much more damage. See, I am a bit vulnerable at the moment because all I've got is a single pulse laser and I don't maneuver very well. So far I've gotten lucky. I've been able to avoid most of the pirates. I keep looking to see whether I can upgrade that final cargo rack. I considered changing it to a fuel scoop, but fuel is relatively cheap, and unless you're doing long-distance exploration missions, you don't really need a fuel scoop. Okay, let's get out of here then. So, launch. Turn on headlamp. Now, so this is a hauler. You can see it's less beat up than the Sidewinder, but has less visibility and looks a lot more like a van. I like the little air vents. It's a nice touch. It's the sort of thing you get in a minivan.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Right. So my plan is to basically show you the highlights. I'm not going to sort of show you the entire trip. So I will see you... Oh, still mass locked. It's amazing how the moment you start doing commentary, all of your ingrained skills and instincts go out the window. I'll see you when we get there, or if something happens. So I'm just coming into Hertzfield Landing now at about 40 times the speed of light. On a previous run I actually reached 250 times the speed of light. Now I prefer to come at these things not side-on, but perpendicular to the orbital plane. That way if there's a planet in the middle you can see which side of the planet the station is on, and you can come at it directly without having to sort of then fly around the planet. So you want to keep accelerating, and then you want to sort of try and keep that time to target at about 10 seconds. And then you sort of circle round it. So I want to sort of circle round here so I avoid that little planet in the middle. And so now I want to sort of slow down. Or is that a star in the middle? That could be some form of little tiny star there. Oh, no, I'm not sure. I'm going to check that out. We'll have a look at the system map. So by circling, it sort of gives you time to slow yourself down. And then you just sort of have to juggle the speed controls. Right, so I can see that it's on that side of the planet. Okay, now I really need to slow myself down. Get ready to circle. Okay, I can see my speed track there now, so I can speed this up a bit. I've gotten a little bit better at this. Most of the time I don't just shoot past it. I am slowing down. Oops, okay, there I go, shooting right past it. As I said, the moment you start commentary, all your skills go out the window. But it doesn't take long to swing back round onto it. Okay, my speed is already in the right range, so I'll just keep that at the top of the blue range and wait for the distance to drop. And we're there. Within 7.5 kilometers, so I should be able to request docking.
Docking request granted.
Landing pad 1, and so I'm assuming that's that one that's lit up there. I upgraded my ship's power distribution, so my engines, weapons and shields recharge a lot faster than they did before. Yeah, that says landing pad 1.
Landing gear deployed.
I'm a little better at landing now, although obviously because I'm talking to you guys I'm going to crash.
Successful.
And we're down.
Disengaged.
I always like to enter the hangar because I always check outfitting. And I can be entering the hangar while I'm checking this screen here. So I came here to deliver some cargo, so the first thing I'll do is I'll just drop that off, and that's another 11 grand. Go straight back to bulletin board, and you're looking for these things. So auto fabricators purchased. 24 grand. Again, that means they'll cost probably 6 grand to buy, so that's an 18 grand profit. So it's 6 hours, but you know, if I can see them somewhere, that's going to be doable. I will check this place to see whether it has any robots, because I want to know where I can get robots from, and I'm not sure which category they're in. I'm assuming it's technology. Oh well. And that's it. So, I think the best thing to do is for me to keep playing, and I'll come back if something interesting happens, like I find an especially good contract, or I get attacked by pirates, or something else amusing happens. Okay, I'm being interdicted. That means someone's trying to pull me out of hyper thingamy. And I've got to keep steering towards this escape vector if I don't want to fight them. Which I'd rather not, because it can be quite nasty. We'll get on that escape vector. So I'm filling the blue bar on the left, he's trying to fill the red bar on the right. I think I'm better than him. Yep, I've escaped. Whew, okay, back on target. So I went to that Brangle place because it was one of the only high-tech places listing on the map. Discovered you can filter stuff by the economy types. But everything here is showing as agriculture or refinery, so I'm not sure they'll actually have any robotics or auto fabricators. But they might have some other interesting missions. So, orbital planes are down there, but it's obviously on that side. So, I'll see when we get in there. Another interdiction attempt? I have no idea where my escape vector is. I didn't see anything on the screen. Is it? Okay, I've been interdicted. Balance that, bring out the weapons, try and target him. You're wanted. Oh. Okay. Let's get some level of thrust. Thrust down, thrust up. Good. See if I can get on him again. Okay. Where is he? Where is he? You can turn a lot faster than I can. Don't think he's making much headway on my shields, though.
Target shields online.
Ah!
Target shields offline.
I'm going to rebalance to my weapons and my shields, my engines slightly. See whether I can target his subsystems. Wrong key. This is drive system, pulse laser. I'm after his FSD drive so he doesn't escape. Come on, why is my laser not working? I'm pulling the trigger. I swear there's something wrong with my joystick, maybe. Sometimes the trigger just does not trigger. I'm stuck in a turning battle with him. Come on.
Shields online.
Ah! Okay, that was just a test fire. Come on. Okay, reverse direction. Shouldn't have thrust up.
Under attack.
Ah!
Target shields offline.
I think he's making a run for it. Oh, he's coming back.
Taking damage.
Come on, trigger. Mine. Joseph strides.
Target destroyed.
Ooh, and a bounty earned. I don't think he ever actually brought my shields down. Ah, ow, my hand. I've been gripping the controls too tight again. Put my weapons away. Try and get back to this place. Okay, I really have to relax during combat. Ow, my hands. Oh, they're all cramped up.
Frameshift drive charging.
Okay, let's see whether we can get here now. I was almost there as well. Okay, going to a technology-based system, even if the station itself seemed to be listing that it was large population, high-tech and refinery economy. Anyway, they have robotics for 1,500 each. So if I go back here to transactions and remind ourselves, they wanted 7 tons of robotics, and they were going to pay 23,000. So if I go 7 tons on these robotics supply, that would be a 13,000 profit. Not as much as I was hoping, but 13,000 is pretty good. Cannot see auto fabricators anywhere. Machinery, yeah, they'd probably be under machinery, but they're not there. So now I have to decide whether or not I'm going to do this. Best bet is always to check the local bulletin boards before you get there. And all there is a bounty hunting mission. So it's probably my best bet. So how many tons was that again? Oops. Wrong button. How do I not... There, Starport Services. 7 tons of robotics. Now, of course, odds are, I mean, this place is selling them for 1,500, the galactic average. I mean, do I buy more and just sell to the station? Probably not a good idea, actually, because 400 profit on something that costs 1,500 is not that good. But we will submit that. We will remind ourselves which system it was. STKM 1626. And we will check what this place has in supply, which they want. So superconductors, 6 grand, exported 2. What's the galactic average on that? That's an 800 profit per ton. Not brilliant. Auto fabricators. It's under technology. It is there, and they wanted those, didn't they? So they also wanted 3 auto fabricators, also at Hertzfield Landing. Oh no, that's, hang on, system STKM 1626. That was somewhere else. That was GCRV 4654. Now if you look here on the galactic map, it has like these little symbols which shows you where you have missions from. I'm trying to work out where these things are in relationship to each other. Is it worth grabbing both of those cargoes. What I have to be aware of is making sure I don't trap myself by carrying too much weight. So I think it was another 5 tons, wasn't it? So if we go to 12 tons, then I can jump from Brengle to LHS 13, 14, and then I've got my choice of going to either one or the other. So I think I can carry 12 tons and do the missions. Oh, and they only wanted 3. I can definitely get 3 tons of auto-fabricators. Does mean that I'm carrying very expensive cargo, so I might attract pirates, but, you know, no risk, no gain. So I'll do them in reverse order of time. So this one runs out in 6 hours, so we'll do that one first. So we want to go to GCRV 4654. Let's make sure this thing's set to fastest routes, because it means less jumps. So, LHS 1933, then 1914, I think. I'll just take one last look at the weapons, because I really need something better than... What have I currently got? It's just a gimbaled pulse laser. Problem is my power draw. I don't have much spare power. Okay, actually this is showing what my power is going to be after I put one of these things in. Burst laser on a gimbaled mount. 52,000? That's a lot. Okay, there's a beam laser there for 74. Which I would be able to power, and I think it would do a lot more damage. It says I can't afford it, but how much is my current gun worth? Probably not much, actually, because it's only a pulse laser on a gimbaled mount. I've got to do something better than what I've currently got. Why is that pulse laser so much... I mean, it's a pulse laser on a gimbaled mount. Why is it so much more expensive? It draws slightly less power, has a slower rate of fire, does less damage per second. So why does it cost so much? There's something about the weapons that I don't quite get yet. I mean, I could go with something ridiculous. Like a railgun. Fragment cannon. Multi-shot projectile weapon on a gimbaled mount with signature assist tracking. Look at the damage per second. Now, this is a kinetic weapon, which means it takes ammo and is not as good at penetrating shields. I mean, it's the sort of thing you really want to be combining with a, you know, as a secondary weapon after your laser has brought their shields down. Again, I'm really not seeing anything that seems to be that much better, or worth, you know, or worth wiping out my bank account for. I'm gonna have to read up on weapons, try and understand a bit more about how they work. Now, there was a slightly better shield generator. A couple of different levels. There's one at 17 and one there. 53 is probably going a bit too much, but let's do a compare on this. So my current shield generator is class rating E, this one's rating C. It's the same weight, integrity seems to be the same. Power draw is higher, but I should be okay. Even with weapons deployed, I've still got power available. So that's probably worth upgrading. So we buy that one, sell my previous one for £2,000, confirm. Right, that should make me slightly safer out there. Let us launch. Yep, 1933, then 1915, I believe.
Ship released. Engines engaged. Landing gear retracted.
Can't really look up, so I'll just have to trust that ships will get out of my way. Out the door. And boost. So just got to get out of mass lot range, do a couple of jumps, and we should be earning some money. Now, I think this run will get me... What is it? I've got 50 at the moment. They each pay about 24. So it's going to get me close to 100,000. Cobra Mark III, which I think is the next ship I'm going to upgrade to, is 330,000. Which means I could get there in, in a couple of play sessions. I mean, if I'm earning between 50 and 100,000 each play session, then it won't take too long until I've got a Cobra. Cobra's got is faster than a Sidewinder, has a bigger jump range than the ship I'm currently in, has powerful shields, has 4 weapon mounts, and a lot more utility and equipment mounts. We slow down, turn away from the sun, lock in our next destination, find it and head towards it, but we wait till our heat dies down before we engage the hyperdrive. Otherwise you burn. So as I move away from this sun and the engines heat down, that will drop. And once it gets to about 70, it's safe to charge again. Now what I like is that you have enough... it used to be that what limited your jump range was your fuel, but now it's like you've got enough fuel for about 10 maximum range jumps, which means you can move across the star systems a lot quicker. Turn away from the sun first thing. Right, that was the one that was running out quicker. So GCRV 4654. There it is, locked destination. And I can jump again because I've got plenty of fuel. You can see just there, fuel. It's the bar. Plenty much. Heat has dropped.
Frameshift drive charging.
I love this bit. I always sort of push myself back in my chair and imagine I'm feeling the acceleration, which in reality would turn me into a pancake. Okay, quickly remind myself which station I'm after. Hertzfeld Landing. Which, if I remember, is way out there. It's 2,500 light seconds away. So I'll probably see you after I've delivered both of these cargoes. Being interdicted. I've got the robots for this place, but I've also got a load of semiconductors because I realised I could make a bit more money. But that means I'm a target for these pirates. Oh, I really want to escape this. I mean, if it's just their cargo, then all I'm doing is risking the fine, but if I'm risking my cargo as well... Whew, luckily I'm relatively good at that. So as long as I know where the escape vector is... The escape vector should always start in front of you, because in order to activate an interdiction, they have to be behind you. So try and circle Until such time as we slow down enough. So coming up on Fujimori Terminal now. This is probably the end of the episode. I will probably keep playing just on my own because I want to build up the money. So next episode I'm thinking I might, well, either I'll have enough money to get the Cobra, or we might trade in this, get ourselves an eagle and go bounty hunting, because I've got the money to beef that thing up. So basically I would find a nice high-tech military system where they're going to have good shields and weapons and so on, and we can load up that bad boy and go out and blow up the bad guys. Tell me if you think that would be fun, or if you'd rather if I just went for the Cobra and started exploring. Okay, landing pad 1, where are you? It can be difficult to spot on some of these. Your navigation beacon will point at it, but there's no guarantee as to which side of the station it's on. I reckon it's the other side of these things. There it is, landing pad 1. Nice smooth landing to finish on. Enter hangar, starport services. So, the first thing we do is go to the bulletin board, give them the robotics. So obviously I spent about, was it 9,000 on them? So it's a reasonable profit. Nothing else good there. If the rewards aren't over 20 grand, it's no longer worth my time. Commodities market. Hopefully I can sell these 11 tons of semiconductors. Oh, for a loss. Okay, you don't really want semiconductors here, even though I was told you did. Used in the electronics industry. This terminal is an extraction economy, so they're not really interested. Let me just quickly pop out to the system view. It lied to me. It said someone here wanted that stuff. Right, so I've got 11 tons of semiconductors. This is always the risk when you go off mission. Engineered ceramics, semiconductors. No one's really interested in them. Hang on. Okay, I have to have that one on. Semiconductors. See, that line shows them going here. Okay, there's the biggest concentration of them heading to FK 5250. I should be able to sell them here. It may just be a case of the fact that Hertzfield Landing, which is where I am... No, sorry, I'm at Fujimori. It's just an outpost, so it doesn't really do much stuff. Okay, your extraction... Your agriculture... See, I'd have expected to see a manufacturing facility here somewhere. We're just not getting it. I'm going to go to one of those places, Fleming City or... wow. Janibekov Orbital. I'll go to whichever's closer and see whether I can offload this stuff. No, just the same here. Loss of 77 credits. Well, anything interesting on the bulletin board? Not right now. I think I'm going to take the loss. Note to self, trying to actually do any extra trading off your own bat is not as easy. You're just better off fulfilling the orders that people want. I mean, 77 credit loss, it's not really much. So, as usual, we'll just take a quick look at the shipyard. So that's what I started in, was a Sidewinder. That's costs 1 million credits. That's what I'm in right now, costs 52, and that's all they've got. I thought maybe they would have a Cobra, which I could show you. Take a look up. Beam laser on a gimbaled mount would cost quite a bit. Continuous fire weapon on a gimbaled mount. Let's compare. I really do need a better gun. It is better. A lot of money though. Lot of money. I have not seen anywhere that upgrades frameshift drives yet. I'll have to go looking for that at some point. That is it. Thank you for watching. I'm going to probably keep playing after lunch just to rack up the credits. And I'll see you next time when maybe we will do some bounty hunting. Maybe we will be exploring in a Cobra. I suppose it depends on how much money I make and what it is you guys might want to see. I'll see you then. Bye bye.